we have built a team that the club should be proud of, and all the fans are proud
Oh
of, as
yeah.
far as I know. And
Yeah.
a lot of opposition players, they are like, yeah, wish we could be in that Chelsea team. I mean, Sofia, I'd really love to have my Letizia from your team in our team for the next season.
My God, they're
No,
also
thank you.
Portuguese.
This is just now you're just being greedy. Stop.
Good evening, good afternoon, good morning to all of you lovely folk out there, and welcome to another episode of All About the W. My name is Ash. Um, we are here to preview the battle of the unbeatens in the WSL. So, the Chelsea versus United game is happening on Sunday at Kings Meadow. So, to do the preview, we have a few guests with us. First, to offer us a united perspective from Sofia's Football Talk, we have Sofia. Welcome to the show. We're so excited to have you here, especially because Sofia and I have collaborated before, and I've been wanting her on the channel for so long. So, Sofia, how are you doing?
I'm all good. Just excited to, do this video with you guys. So thanks for having me on. I'm excited.
I'm excited as well. I think it's going to be a great match, and it's going to
Yeah.
be a great episode, hopefully. We also have Philarima and Sarthak from the Chelsea India Women Supporters Club. Folks, it's great to have you on the show to offer the Chelsea perspective. Of course, Chelsea India Women Supporters Club we know from the previous Arsenal preview, but Philarima, how are you? Sarthak, both of you. We'll go with Philarima first. You feeling good about the game?
Yeah, I'm pretty excited and thank you for having me here. It's my first time here. I haven't actually done a podcast in like 2 years or so. I'm glad to be back.
Sarthak, how about you? How you feeling?
I, I mean, it's going to be a good game, and I hope we don't see some of the mistakes we see from referees, specifically in the WSL. The Everton Liverpool game was full of mistakes. I hope the referee doesn't make it all about themselves for the game. So it should be a good game, but yeah, I would say I'm pretty confident about the Chelsea win.
Yeah, I mean, you have every right to be confident. Six changes in the Champions League still beat Celtic 3-0 very comfortably. Chelsea are quite flying high. Um, so, before we get started, a quick reminder to all of our viewers to subscribe to our channel and leave some comments on our videos. It's always fun to engage with you and hear from you. And do find us on Spotify or wherever you get your podcasts, and leave us a rating. It really helps with visibility. Um, uh, and before we get started, I also have to introduce my co-host, the most special Chelsea fan on this podcast. Kai, how you doing? Are you still
Hi.
flying high?
You know what? Um, Chelsea are usually not a team to sort of lose their heads after a big win like the one against City. So I'm feeling optimistic about this game. Yeah, feeling good. Let's see how it goes.
It's a Christmas miracle. Christmas has come early. Kai is optimistic. So eh, that is it's a great feeling to have, and of course, Chelsea fans they
Yeah,
deserve it.
I'm like
Thank you.
Sonia Pill fully. Like 11 wins in a row. I'm like, she can do no wrong. So we'll see.
I mean, I will jump with just a point. I mean, at this stage, for us Chelsea fans and Philarima and Kai, you can pitch in if you want. I mean, WSL is like, we know we will win this or we can win this. Our target is, can we win the Champions League?
Okay, slow down.
Yeah.
Down
I mean, I'm
of the
still riding
Calma,
on the
season.
calma.
high from the past 5 season of the WSL. So
Oh, Chelsea fans, I tell you. Anyway, Kai, you want to get us started on?
Yeah, I think I'll do that. Yeah. So Sophia will be like good hosts, hopefully, as Chelsea would be on Sunday, and maybe start with you. So we've had a few games now. We're like 7, 8 games in. What have you made of the season so far for Manchester United? And has it like matched the expectations you've had going into the season?
Sorry, I lagged for a second. I don't know. But I think I caught some parts of the question. I mean, with the season so far, it's been like a little bit of a roller coaster, you know. I do think, especially with Mark Skinner, bless his heart, but I think he's kind of, you've done as much as you can at this point. Thank you for your service, but I think it's time to wrap it up. I'm personally kind of tired, if I'm going to be very honest. And um, we made some signings that's done very well, looking good. Some performances looking decent, but it's been a little bit, like I said, a roller coaster. I wish we could have done a bit better. We're still in the right direction, but it's not like how each game that I'm kind of going and feeling great, if that makes sense. Some games I'm kind of like, I don't
Yeah,
know. The words are very limited, but you know what I'm saying? It's just we need a bit more. And
yeah.
I think the ideas are running out.
Hmm. All right, all right. We'll I guess we'll talk a little bit more in detail about what both teams can like do better to perform better. But Philarima, I'll come to you. What about you? What have you made of Chelsea season so far? It's been a few games. I mean, the whole season going unbeaten both in Europe as well as in the league. So, what have you made about the way Chelsea are playing right now?
I mean, we've had a pretty solid start to the season, considering we had to go through a transition period with a new manager coming in, a few technical staff, new signings, and all of that. But I think we've done pretty well. I was very happy with Sonia's appointment as manager of the club. I mean, there's no other person that I think would fit as well as Sonia into the club. So I'm pretty happy with the club. I think we have a pretty balanced squad so far. And but one thing I really like about the team this year is that we have a lot of depth. So that's something that is actually going to take us a long way throughout the season.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the thing that Ash pointed out to earlier about the rotation that we did in the Champions League and then
Yeah.
sort of still performing at that level, it has been really impressive. Sophia, I want to come back to you. So last season, uh, that last day of the WSL was absolutely a day to forget for Manchester United, right? Like, well, I mean, it was a bloodbath. Let's be real. So Manchester United now probably are thinking about this game in the sense of we have a point to prove, right? We are no pushovers. We have remained unbeaten in the league for a reason. So, as a United fan, what are some of the bright spots that you see in the team? What are some of the things that you like about the way United are playing?
I mean, I really like, the crossing of the new signing of Celine Bisset, the Norwegian from Spurs. Sorry, Ash. She that girl can play. She can play. Uh, I've been a big fan of her for a while, as I also do tend to follow along with the Norwegian national team as I live in Norway. But her in particular, and I also think with just the calmness of like Tallis Joyce as well, it's big shoes to fill with Mary Earps now, of course, left to join PSG. Um, and I think with slowly kind of figuring it out with the new striker of Elizabeth Thailand. Unfortunately, I believe she might be missing the Chelsea game due to a knock. So that's a bummer since I felt like she was slowly like kind of finally clicking a little bit for her. maybe that the teammates figuring out her runs and stuff like that. But yeah, there are also bright spots. It's more so the players. Like I said, the ideas, but it's not Skinner. It's more so the players that I'm excited about. Um, how the quality, the technical ability with Gaze, of course, that whenever she has the ball on her feet, it's done. It's I'm moved. Is what I want to say. I'm moved. So yeah, I would say that there are some bright spots, and I think also set pieces. Think has been a little bit underrated with Man United, especially with the crossing of Celine Bissett. I think that can be something that Man United might be able to capitalize on. But we have to wait and see.
Yeah.
Yeah, wait and see for sure. Sarthak, I'm going to turn that question around for you. Since y'all have been so confident, what is it? Is there anything negative that you see, or any aspect of the team's performance that worries you at all? Like, even if it's not like a negative thing, is there any aspect of the team or the lineup or the way you're playing that worries you?
I mean, I just think like our midfield is a bit unsettled so far. Uh, That's not a concern because they've got players who know how to do the job, have got that winning mentality. Erincuthbert has been here for God knows how many seasons, 8, 9 seasons. She's only
Eight
24.
seasons. Yeah.
Yeah, and so that's the only thing. The other thing that concerns me really is injuries. We do not have our luck with injuries ever. So, and
Mm.
that's the same with every team in women's football. ACL is very common, right? So we have lost Erisha Buchanan to an ACL. Niam Charles is missing. We have got Sophie Engel missing from the midfield. So our midfield is, I would say, a bit short of WSL experience. We have got enough European experience, but again, WSL you can say is slowly becoming that Super League of Europe. We have got that, but in terms of the positives, I was really happy to see Myra finally scoring against Manchester City. And speaking about the bloodbath, she absolutely bullied Manchester United last time. So I don't know what might happen. What would have happened if we
I
had
asked you for things that worry you, and you immediately
no, no,
you
no.
have jumped and
So
muttered on
I will tell
everything.
you, my best friend is a supporter of Manchester United women, Tamokna Honor. He's the one who got me into watching women's football. And after tomorrow's game, I worry for his mental health.
Okay, Sarthak, if Chelsea lose to United tomorrow, you're gonna get clipped up and you're gonna go viral.
Yeah.
See, at the
So
end of
it's
the day,
12 minutes and 30 seconds about that time, just for reference. Just wanted to
yeah.
say that, please.
I mean, at the end of the day, winning and losing is a part of the game. We lost to United actually last season in FA Cup semis, and the 6-0 was the point to prove that yeah, we are the champions. Uh, I'm not
Jeez.
expecting a 6-0 or something. I think it will be a very close game, but we can talk about it later.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sophia, you already touched upon it a little bit about Mark Skinner. There's obviously a lot of heat on him. Um, Obviously, I think early on in the season, all those demands for him to be sacked from last season kind of it became a bit of a murmur, and then you saw three back-to-back draws, and now that the volume on that, get him out has
Yep.
gone like up, and I
Mm-hmm.
can clearly see that you are in that Skinner out ilk. So I was wondering what are some of the things that bother you, not just in terms of, I feel like with United fans there's also a little bit of frustration with the way he presents himself in the media, etc. So what are some of the things that you have issues with on and off the pitch with somebody like Skinner?
I mean, like you said, definitely, think with when it comes to like off the pitch with the media and stuff, that definitely doesn't help him out with him kind of, I don't know, being a bit disingenuous with certain things that he be saying. And more so on the field, I think sometimes the midfield can be a bit exposed. And I feel like maybe substitutions here and there might not always be the correct decision. It's just the ideas aren't clear, and it feels like often it has to be moments of brilliance for us to actually do something. And that's kind of how I felt with the men's team as well, with of course Eric Ten Hag and all that. It's how we feel. It's a bit of a disconnect between him and the fans at the very moment. And like you said, it looked to be that okay, maybe it was a bit on a standby early on the first few games, but then now it's picked up again, and I think we're kind of slowly but surely moving into it being maybe slowly more so worse. But I don't know. I think there's just it's a lot. I just feel like we need something new. Start over with a different game plan, essentially, is what we need.
And
Not
do you
much
see
saying.
that happening under Skinner?
Um, him getting new ideas or
Yeah,
getting
new
something.
ideas, different ways of playing, you know.
No, I think we just I it would be great. I just don't see it. I think the guy's a bit too stubborn. I think
Right.
he's probably like, okay, no, it's my way or the highway, but it's like I'd rather want the highway at this point because we need something new. So basically, let's say we need something new. I need a new manager,
Yeah.
literally. So yeah,
And do you see United as a club taking that initiative to uh, get rid of Skinner?
that is a good
Where they're
question.
at right now? Yeah.
He did get himself, a new contract. All that. I don't know, but then again, the men's team don't have Ten Hag no more, so they show they can do it. I thought Ten Hag, they weren't going to do it after they decided to give him time after the FA Cup, and here we are. So I hope they can also emulate that for the women's team. But I don't know. I do think that the board needs to do a lot for the women's team as well, and that's a different conversation for another day.
Uh,
But
can I
yeah,
actually can I actually join into Sophia's point? And as an
go
advocate of
ahead.
women's football, I genuinely think the Manchester United board don't really put in that effort. If they had the Glazers, they would uh, Skinner would have been gone a long time ago. In any other club, even if it is Arsenal or City, or he wouldn't survive in Chelsea with that.
Hmm.
And with the new Ineos team coming in, and they have put this constant emphasis on performance, performance, performance. Is Skinner the right one to actually perform? I mean, like if they really cared about the women's team, they wouldn't have put them out into a different facility and gave the facility to the men's team. So
Thank
that speaks
you.
of volumes about itself.
Yep. Ah,
Yeah, I mean,
very good point. I agree.
there's a
So go
whole
ahead.
other video about stadium wars and women's team being homeless headlines
Yeah.
and all that. uh, well, like I Kai and I are not big fans of Skinner either, but we have to move on to a slightly happier subject, which is Sonia Bompastor. And Philarima, I'll come to you. uh, what is your assessment? Obviously, it will be positive considering the fact that you're unbeaten. What is your assessment of Sonia Bompastor? She's hit the ground running. And why do you think that is? Like, what has she done for the team that's gotten Chelsea so much success?
I mean, Sonia's been amazing. I mean, even if you're asking a Chelsea fan, you're asking rival fans, everybody knows that Sonia's just been amazing. She's had an amazing managerial career, which has just been so outstanding. And when she joined the club, I actually listened to a podcast with We Are Chelsea, where she was speaking about what she's bringing to the team, what she's expecting of the players and everyone. And that actually instilled a lot of confidence in me as a fan. So I can only imagine what her impact on her players are like. That's why we're having the kind of season that we're actually having. So, I mean, she's brilliant. And one thing I really like about her and her game plan is the fact that she's really integrated these young players into our lineup. And I think that is really crucial for the long-term success of Chelsea as a club. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean Lola in the Champions League, you had
Yeah.
her name Lola
Lola
something
Brown.
Lola Brown in the final 10 minutes, and that was it's quite amazing to see so many young players being wedded in.
Yeah.
Um, uh, Coming to the game itself, and I'm going to start with Sophia, which is what is the one battle on the pitch that you're really looking forward to?
Good question. Um, would have like maybe said the attack, but I just it's so fact that Tyler might not be playing. I'm like, it's difficult. I want to see like, okay, how will that? You know what? Maybe midfield. How will the midfield cope against Chelsea? That one. We need to
Yeah,
redeem ourselves. You know.
yeah, I mean, I agree in terms of the midfield because, Skinner in the previous game was saying that, we have a relatively new midfield. He's been manager for 4 years, but apparently his midfield is new. And so there's been a lot of, since Ella Toon is out, there's been a lot of debate over whether Clinton and Toon are really the same player. Do they play the same areas? Are they the same style? And is that why the United midfield is not clicking? And as Sarthak pointed out, even though Chelsea's on an amazing run, um, I would, the midfield is good, but I would also attribute that to the great form that JRK, Myra, and Guru are on. So honestly, there are questions to be asked about both midfield. So I can see where you're coming from. Um, Sarthak, I will take the same question to you. What is the one battle you're looking forward to on the pitch?
Myra versus Maya. I am excited for that. So uh, I think
Sarthak is bringing the heat. He's just like here for the
I am here for the content, but I mean, again, like Maya is a very good defender, right? She is a brilliant defender, and I think she would have won trophies if she isn't in that Manchester United team. She has won one trophy, which is the FA Cup, but yeah, played Tottenham, not really a team to come over. Sorry, Ash.
Yeah, yeah. No, I'm aware. I'm self-aware person.
But again, Myra basically isolated Greenwood out of the game, and if she can do that to Miles Pesir, and she's the one who gets that ball into the midfield, where is that pass going to come up from? Who is going to play up in that midfield? And similarly for like the other side of Chelsea's players. So thankfully, both our left back and left winger, guroreiten and Sandy Baltimore, know how to play the midfield. So they invert into the midfield very often. So, can I say the same about Manchester United players? No. And the battle I again personally look forward to is the tactical battle of what Sonia is going to bring on, because she can change and flip the script in an instant,
Mm.
because and I her game management is very aesthetic and pleasing to watch. Like against you see in Manchester City, we were on the under the cosh a fair bit. We were not keeping the ball, but we were always there. And suddenly in the 71st minute, we just decided, okay, let's pull it up to the seventh gear and just get it done. So yeah, we'll see how the game management and the phases play out. So again, the tactical battle and Myra versus Maya. So that's the two things.
Yeah. Sophia, so you mentioned that Turland might be a miss, right? Like Skinner said that in the presser. Um, so that is a big miss for Manchester United because you're losing your focal point. We know that
Mm,
Mallard is somebody who can play there. Skinner has tried to play Jace there. Is not my favorite thing to watch. I think she is so much better on the wing because she can carry the ball so well.
agreed.
Um, but uh, who do you think is going to be like a potential game changer for, like, if you had to pick like one player in the Manchester United team, who do you think would be a potential game changer for your team?
Think maybe, like I said, I think Bissett could be the one, you know, after scoring, I think it might have been against
Leicester.
Leicester. Leicester, yes,
Yeah.
yes, 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 yes. You know, I think she could, you know.
Yeah.
I like I said, I really like her, and you know what she brings, especially with the delivery, but the fact that she also was able to like score finally, you know, first goal for United. Um, maybe get add a little bit more momentum into this game. I think she can be. Also, of course, you gotta maybe a Rachel Williams who could come in, the veteran come in, get the job done. You never know. If we get the
Yeah.
first goal, you never know. You never
Yeah,
know.
like you
So
said,
it
set
it
pieces.
yeah
Like you
yes the
said,
set
set pieces.
pieces.
Rachel Williams' head.
I'm,
That's
Yeah.
key.
I'm telling
Yeah.
you that that is something. So
Listen,
those
every
two in
WSL
particular.
fan
Mhm.
knows how deadly it is to see Rachel Williams come on at like the 75th minute and
Yes.
just like
Exactly.
score a headed goal.
Yes. So yeah, I think she's brilliant. So those two in particular, and of course, like you mentioned, Gaze on the wing, like she definitely can be a threat as well. So I think utilize those those type of players because it's gonna be a difficult game. You guys are you're Chelsea.
Yeah.
It pains me to say it, but you great. You know.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's going to be a very. I'm assuming Skinner is going to start Jace,
Mm,
because she played so well against Leicester, and
yeah.
I'm curious to see how that Jace versus Baltimore sort of battle plays out because Baltimore is
Mm-hmm.
not like a natural left back. She's a left
Yeah.
winger, but she's been
Mm-hmm.
performing really well in that position for Chelsea.
Mm-hmm.
So um, both two very like technically very gifted players. So I'm
Yeah.
actually really excited about that battle. But Philarima, who do you think is a potential game changer for Chelsea?
Uh, I think definitely, I mean, a Colombian queen, Mayra Ramirez. I'm like looking forward to her. Like, I mean, she's been so incredible this season. It's just been amazing watching her play, breaking defense, physical power, her skill. She's got that South American flair when she plays, which is really enjoyable to watch. And her work rate is amazing. So she's definitely someone who I think will. I mean, she's a big game player, so I'm expecting a lot from her. And I think Lucybronze also, because I know she's had quite a shaky start to the season, but for the past two games, I think she just stepped up and she's actually playing at a level that we all expect her to play. So she's somebody that I think, could actually change the game. And yeah, and maybe, uh, you know, baby Micah. I think Micah is just she's another star in the making. Every single week she's proving to everyone why she deserves a spot in the starting lineup. So I think she's also another player that could actually change the game. I mean, she did last season as well as this season as well. So she's somebody that, who could actually also change the game.
So Sarthak, as usual, I'll turn the question around on you, which is the opponent. Which is the player, like which player in the opponent's team do you think is the most dangerous?
I mean, in terms of opponents dangerous, I mean, of course, Gay says she's a good player. I don't know if Ireland will start up front. Will she start? I don't know what Skinner is going to do. No, no, not starting. Okay. So will you guys be starting Bizet in her place as the striker, taking her out of wing? I don't know, because it's Skinner, right? You never know what he's going to do.
Fair
That we can
enough.
all agree on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And at this stage, like one of the United players, whenever we have to play United, I am absolutely actually terrified of facing always two of them, Rachel Williams, Ella Toone. Ella Toone is missing until at least the new year, so that takes that concern out. But yeah, if until 75th minute, let's score. And I don't know about the tactics. Will we be looking for fouls? Myra always looks for the fouls, and
Yeah.
they will have to foul her too. And Chelsea might try to break up the game rather than keep a consistent flowing game, which might play in the hands of United. Because, I mean, let's be honest, at this stage, like you asked the question previously, who is the game changer in your team? In Chelsea, can I point one? Everyone does something different every week, and everyone is a game changer at this point.
Yeah.
So,
True.
let's see. I mean, in terms of the opposition player, yeah, Rachel Williams probably after the 75th minute.
Yeah.
Um, we move on. I will ask the same question to Sophia. Sophia, who do you think amongst the opposition players is the most dangerous?
I mean, there's so many to pick from when it comes to Chelsea, unfortunately. Um, I'm thinking like the names that comes to mind is like guroreiten. I'm thinking like Ramirez as well. Like those two in particular. Not really looking forward to it. So those two, yeah, I would say though.
Can I
How about
just
you?
say, can I just say, like, it's lovely to hear that pronunciation of Guru's name.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
But yeah, yeah. But yeah, she's really been on one this season, just playing with a lot of confidence. But Ash, do you want to quickly jump in?
Um, no, I mean, listen, honestly, I was watching the Celtic game, and there was this one point when Myra came on in the second half when Guro, Myra, and Canarid together were just like blitzing the Celtic defense, and I
Yeah.
was looking at it in awe. I was just like, these three together, because they have figured out exactly where the other person is standing, because like
Mm-hmm.
Canarid flying down the wing, and Guru will be coming from the other side, and like obviously like Myra's in the center, so she's dragging defenders off, and these two are just like at it, then like attacking the goal like they're hounds.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
just they looked for that 10-minute period after the second half, like when the second half started. Chelsea looked unstoppable. I was like, nobody can defeat them. This is like this is an amazing team.
I mean,
This is football.
I will just add to the point that again, like we've pointed out, we are missing a few players, right, because of injuries.
Yeah.
Just imagine in football manager terms, classic football manager, you have the luxury of bringing Samkerr or Myra Ramirez or Lauren James or JRK off the bench
Yeah.
in the 60th minute just to kill off
It's
the game.
unfair. It is unfair.
Yeah, it is unfair. It's just really not fair.
I mean, we have built a team that the club should be proud of, and all the fans are proud
Oh
of, as
yeah.
far as I know. And
Yeah.
a lot of opposition players, they are like, yeah, wish we could be in that Chelsea team. I mean, Sofia, I'd really love to have my Leticia from your team in our team for the next season.
My God, they're
No,
also
thank you.
poaching us.
This is just now you're just being greedy. Stop.
predicted lineups. Uh, let's start with United. Uh,
Yeah, I'll just present my screen and then we can.
Yeah,
All right. I'm sorry about the ads if they're showing up.
no worries.
Yeah. All right. Sophia, do you want to get us started?
Yes, of course, goalkeeper, tell us choice. That's
Yes.
that's a given.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm thinking that Riviere probably will be starting, she's doing her thing.
Yep. We have Jade Riviera right back.
Mm-hmm. Uh there it's the Letizier,
Yeah.
100%. Scored a goal the other day as well.
Yep.
And to partner her, Millie Turner.
Yeah.
And then as the left back, I'm probably thinking Gabby George.
Oh, she's been really good for United.
She has
Um,
been. I
yeah.
mean, coming back from ACL injury and stuff like that, and yeah, she's been doing well for sure.
I mean, I
Okay, it's
think
Gabrielle
United
George. Okay.
defense, the whole United defense has like been doing well. Like in my
Yeah,
opinion, that's they're unbeaten
Yeah.
because they don't score, but they're hard to beat.
Yeah,
yeah,
but
the defense is
Yeah.
done very well. It's
yeah,
more
but
so like we just don't score
just
enough.
yeah, just to point out, you haven't faced City yet, Liverpool yet,
Okay, okay.
um,
Arsenal.
Arsenal. They drew 1-1, right?
You
Last
oh
week?
you do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for taking points of them.
Okay,
I mean, to be fair,
okay.
Sarthak, I don't think Arsenal were going to be a threat this year anyway.
Yeah.
I mean,
Anyway, I will never miss out on an opportunity to take a dig at Arsenal.
Hey, that was my job.
I hear it.
It's our jobs, Ash. That's why we have this channel. Let's be real.
To hate on Arsenal.
I'm all for Arsenal hate. Don't you
Yeah.
worry.
yeah.
Okay, continuing with the lineup.
Yes, with the midfield.
The midfield, I'm thinking Janssen, maybe.
Yeah.
I'm thinking Janssen.
Dominique Janssen. All right.
Yeah, and then could it be Awuju
Hmm. What did you think
or
of her
left?
performance in the previous game? Because that was her first start of the season, right? Since she moved to the
Uh
club.
huh. You know what? I think whenever I do see her play, I think she's decent. I think she does a
Hmm.
solid job.
Yeah.
I just wish we can see her play more. So I hope she
Yeah.
can. So I'm gonna
It's
say,
what every
yeah,
United fan says about a new signing. I
yeah,
wish I could see her play more.
yeah. Yeah, because that's what it is. I don't know what it is with Skinner, but I think sometimes the way he treats certain new signings, I don't get it. I
Hmm.
don't get it. But once again, conversation for another day.
Yeah, it is.
And yeah, exactly. And then here, could it be a Miyazawa or maybe Lad
I'm sorry, Miyazawa or?
or Haley Lad?
Hey, lad, are we benching Grace Clinton? Wow, okay. Lad maybe? Or Miyazawa? Take a pick.
Now putting at Clinton went out of my mind for a second. Putting Clinton
Oh, okay, okay,
100%.
cool. Okay, I think I should go with
Yeah.
Grace
Race.
Clinton. Yeah, there we
Yes.
go.
Yep. I mean, up here, I'm thinking maybe he'll put Mallard up top.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But then again, you never know. This is just what I'm assuming
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah.
And then we'll have, of course, Gaze on the right, BZ on the left.
Jeez. Okay. Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Does that look good to you?
It looks all right with what we have.
Yeah.
It'll do a job, but
All right.
I'm not
I think.
super confident
I,
that
I, I I
we'll
mean,
take it.
Sophia just gave the vibes about beggars can't be choosers.
Basically.
Okay.
We have got
I
a
mean, she
decent
did
team.
say she did say it's really unfair the squad depth that Chelsea have. So
Yes!
yeah.
Remember, I said that.
Yeah. All right. Let's move on to Chelsea. Sarthak, Philarima, like if you could sort of brainstorm and tell me what position.
Who do you start Philarima in goal for experience Musovic? It's a big game.
No, but I think Hannah is not. I mean, Hannah is the one who's supposed to be there, though.
I mean, she deserves to start. Um,
Yeah,
she hasn't done anything wrong. I don't know. I mean,
exactly.
with the goalkeeper, again, like that's the problem with too much choices, right? We have so many choices.
Yeah,
I mean, let's start Hampton
it's,
because why break the trend?
yeah, exactly. She's doing pretty well
You
in
know
the
what? Next
WSL. So
time we invite Sarthak on, I'm just gonna introduce him as Shithouse Sarthak
Yeah,
because my God.
Stirring the pot. Get out of
yes,
here.
please.
yeah.
All
Yes,
right.
please.
I mean, Lucybronze as the right back.
Let's see.
All right. Lucy Bronze is at right back.
Then you
Centre
have your
back pair.
what?
It will be
Millebright,
Beyond,
of course.
Millebright and
No,
Natalie Beyond because we
yeah,
don't have Buchanan anymore. For
Yeah. Buchanan is
yeah.
injured.
so
But
Elsie
Bjorn got a yellow card last game, so
Oh, yeah.
who, yeah,
yeah. So
left back. I don't know. Do I mean if I would be tempted
put
to start Parise.
Baltimore.
I mean I would play her a bit further up in midfield.
Okay.
I don't know. I mean like because like
Sarthak, no, we're
I mean
we're
no
going.
we're having a discussion. Let us choose our team. I mean, speaking from Sonia's perspective, will she change the winning combination? No. So yeah,
I don't think so.
So we're going
yeah,
with Baltimore, right?
yeah.
Yes.
Sarthak's gonna start talking about Lexi Potter, who's on loan, uh, and Brooke Aspin, who's on loan.
Well, see, I mean, they will come in at some point and score two
Yeah.
goals
Yeah.
against someone.
Yeah, of course.
All right, guys, let's focus midfield.
Cuthbert,
Cuthbert.
yeah,
Cuthbert,
with
of course.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, Cuthbert, Nuskin,
Cuthbert, Nusk, and Micah.
Micah.
No Macario?
Nope. I
No,
don't think so. She's
I
ready.
want her. I want her off the bench. Why not?
Hmm. Okay.
We have choices, right?
Is who's playing on the right wing for Chelsea?
I mean, we know the front three.
Yeah. Johanna,
Yeah.
Myra, and of course, Guru.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, there's
That's
the team
like,
picks itself.
yeah.
And Kuro. Yep. There we go. All right. That is
Great.
our predicted Chelsea lineup. Perfect.
Well done. That took you forever, but you got there in the end. Good news.
We just wanted to ponder what if, because
Yeah.
we can, you know.
Yeah, we're spoiled for choice, so it's quite difficult for us to pick.
Well, anyway, lineups are done. All that's left to do is match predictions. So, Sophia, I'm going to go to you first. Match prediction.
So there won't be 6-0. We can forget about that. That's out of the window. Just letting you know. I cannot predict my team to lose. I'm not confident. So I'm gonna say 1-1.
1-1. It's a draw.
Yeah.
That's acceptable. You're still unbeaten then. um, Philarima?
I'm 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 trying to decide whether I'm going for a 3-0 win. I'm that confident. Yeah, I think I should stick to that. I don't want to go higher than that. I don't want to jinx the team. So I think 3-0 win is going. It's it. That's it.
Fair enough, 3-0. I mean, I arguably the United defense is one of the most informed defenses, but
Yeah.
I love the confidence in your
I,
attack.
yeah, but because they've not played Chelsea, so
Yeah, fair
that's
enough.
why their defense is, yeah, it's still
I
unbeaten.
mean,
That's it.
Ash,
So
you
this
forgot
was
to add the
about
point.
45 minutes. This is what was said here. We're gonna clip this again for
Uh,
reference.
yeah, when Ash
Yeah.
started, that we have a battle of unbeaten teams, and
Yeah.
United said, like United are unbeaten. We forgot to add so far.
Oh my god.
Chelsea Senate.
Um,
I
Sarthak,
swear, if Chelsea lose, Ash, we're gonna have so much content.
oh my God,
I'll just stay
I'll
away from
have
the
a video.
internet. That's it.
Yeah,
I'm staying away from the internet. That's it.
Yeah.
yeah.
Sarthak, final match prediction.
Let's go for the purposes of content. A 2-1 Chelsea win.
After all that heat, you're going 2-1.
After all that,
So let's say like if it becomes 6-0, it's a different story again.
Yeah.
Or or
Oh God,
7-0 or
that
7-0 as
ending
a tribute to
paper.
Toon.
Oh my god.
um. Anyway, uh, that brings us to a close with the match predictions and with the preview. All Thank you for joining us. All that's left to do is ask everyone where they will be next. I will go to Sophia first. Sophia, where can people find you and where will you be next?
you guys can find me on Sophia's Football Talk. I do weekly live streams, regular pre-recorded videos on all things Man United, both the men's team, the women's team. I also do support. I mean, big fan of as well Inter Milan. So I do kind of be posting some content in regards to that as well. International football. Try to heavily put more so for Norway's men's and women's team and just football in general. I just love football. Try to just have a safe space where we can show the diversity and yeah, that's where you can find me. Thanks for having me on, by the way.
Yeah, it was amazing having you on. It was absolutely great. This episode has been great. I would like all of y'all to come back. Before that, Rima, if you could tell us a little bit more about Chelsea India Supporters Club.
Yeah. You can find them on Twitter and follow them on Instagram. We've got, I think, really cool editors running the Chelsea fan page. So you're gonna get always good content there. So just keep supporting the women's game.
And where can we find you individually?
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter. I'm at Philarima. I post a lot of Chelsea related content, mostly Chelsea women's and actually women's football in general. And on Instagram, I'm Kongthae, which is quite difficult to pronounce. I mean, to spell it out, but yeah, I'll put it in somewhere. But yeah, on Instagram, I do push a lot of women's sports content actually. So maybe if football is not for you, you can always explore other sports as well, other women's sports as well.
And finally, for all of this shithousery, where can we look for more of that? Sarthak?
To be very honest, I don't do that on social media a lot. Uh,
You
just
sure?
because of just because of the nature of my job.
I
Uh,
think he has like an anonymous account where he does all of this.
so But yeah, I mean, like, you can find me in the Chelsea Women's Indian Supporters Football group, or if you are on LinkedIn, I post a lot about the things that's going wrong with the governance of the game rather than anything else. And as I had a chat with Sofia, and we both agree on that Ineos didn't do the
Mm.
right thing to
Oh
match.
yeah.
So yeah, so I post those kind of content and make people in LinkedIn talk about it and make my students talk about it. So yeah,
So maybe someday we can have Sophia and Sarthak here to talk about the intricacies of Ineos. That might be an interesting conversation as well.
Mm.
But for today and for this game, that's the end of this episode. Thank you everyone for joining us. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to us and to everyone on the panel. Bye bye.